These are the ingredients that we require for making our special, very special vegetarian char kway teow. Firstly, 1 kilo of kway teow. I bought this from the wet market as I do not like to use the frozen ones as it gets too dry. Next is 5 stalks of chye. I have cut it into 1 inch and I have separated the leaves from the stalk. 130 grams of bean sprout. I've already peeled out the tail part of it. 8 cloves of garlic. I have chopped them finely. 2 medium-sized tau, which I have bought it from the wet market. I've cut it into half, fry it, and then cut it into pieces like this. Next is 150 grams of fish cake. You can buy it from any vegetarian shops which sells all the mocked vegetarian food, like the one along the middle road. There are many shops there which you can buy. Plus, I've also bought about 125 grams of vegetarian prawn, which I have sliced it lengthwise, and 140 grams of tofu puffs, which you can get it from the wet market where you buy the noodles and the bean sprout. In the same shop, you would be able to see this. And when I bought this is pre-fried. As it is pre-fried, I have poured boiling water on it and squeeze off all the excess oil. 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 1 teaspoon of sambal paste, half teaspoon of salt. Do not add a lot of salt as the sauces has a lot of salt in it, and 1 tablespoon of vegetarian oyster sauce. The following sauces which I'm going to tell you, I have mixed them all together. That is 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce, half teaspoon of sesame oil. I have mixed this together well so that we don't have to use it separately when we are stirring the noodle. Let's start cooking. Once the pan is hot, we can pour in say about 3 tablespoons of any cooking oil. This is roughly about 3 tablespoons of oil. And we'll wait for the oil to heat up a little bit. Once we can see that the oil is bubbling already, we will add the chopped garlic. We'll wait for about 1 minute and wait for the garlic to be cooked. Now the garlic is being cooked well, as I can smell the fragrance of the oil and the garlic. Once the oil has cooked the garlic well, we are going to add in the prawn. Okay, once this is done, we are going to add the vegetarian fish cake. We'll wait for perhaps for about a minute. Once this is well cooked, we'll make a hole in the center and we are going to add our chili paste. And you can add more or less depending on how you would want your noodle to taste. We will just give it another, say, 2 minutes. After which we will be adding our pepper and our salt. Be careful not to add too much salt, as the sauces are laden with salt. Stir it in well. Now we will add the chye stalks only. Do not add in the leaves as yet. So we add in the stalks so that it cooks well, as it takes a longer time to cook. Okay, once this is quite done, we don't want the stalks to be too overcooked as well, as it would be nice to taste with a crunch. And next we will be adding the tau and the tau pork. We give it a good stir and leave it to cook for another minute. Now when this is done, we are going to add the kway. As you can see, the kway that is we bought it from the wet market is not dry at all, which would be easier for us to stir and also nice to taste. We'll give it a stir first before we can add in the sauces. Make sure that your flame is on low, as we do not want to burn the noodles and the other ingredients. Okay, once this is done, we can add the other sauces that I've pre-mixed little by little, stirring it from time to time. Okay, we will just wait for another 2 minutes. Stirring it from time to time would be good. Now it's time for us to add our chye sim. Okay, now we can see that the chye sim is almost cooked. We have to add our oyster sauce. And there's some oyster sauce stuck to the spoon, so I'm just going to mix it with a few drops of water. We'll let it cook for a while, after which I'm going to add the bean sprout. We want to add the bean sprout last because we want to eat the char kway teow with a crunch. Okay, it's time to add our bean sprout. The flame is still on high heat and we are doing this. Some people would like the noodles to look darker in color. You can just add on a little soya sauce, dark soya sauce, or even a little bit of oyster sauce. That's fine. It's as per your preference. But I like it this way, as I do not like to add too much sauces. So I think this would be great and even more healthy. Okay, we are almost done. And off goes the stove. Now ready to eat. Do watch on for my other videos to come. Please like and subscribe. This would motivate me to show you more good 100% vegetarian dishes.